Hello, everybody. Thank you for coming in today. The energies, talking about the energies. A lot of interference within the energies, but look from it yourself. The growth. Why the growth? Talking about the growth that today we have the moon, we have Venus, we have Lilith, and we have Mars. They're all in Leo. That's the personal growth that goes in there. And that personal growth, it reflects of everything that you do in there. And the universe doesn't let you go because Uranus is squaring all this in there. And talking about this personal growth, it's someone is going to be feel like they have to be pushed to grow. I mean, when I'm talking about pushed, they're pushed from the pressure that says, come on, do it, move it, go, and so on. But it's going to be an interesting day because that's interesting day in there because as we're talking about here, the energies up here, they're like 10 minutes before 7 o'clock in New York. So talking about like pretty much life about the energies there to this. So there's gonna be a lot of things you may feel like interference. Your intuition is gonna be all over the place in there. It's like I had enough, I had enough, I had enough, I have enough of things, of so on. But if you look at it, I had enough is actually enough of what? Enough of not being grown. So underneath the shell of the energies today, there's gonna be this discovering the beauty from within. And talking about the discovery of the beauty from within, it is about to look the intuition that's going to match with Venus, which is the love and money, which is that's what Venus is controlling, together with Lilith. Lilith to understand the power of love, Venus to understand the intuition. It's not about only love and money, but it's the right balance in there because Venus is also controlling Libra, what's going on in there. And all this, we have the masculine energies, which is it's pretty good energies of understanding the both masculine and feminine energies at the same time. But since all the three feminine energies that are in Leo, growth. So be mindful about today about the three feminine energies. They're coming in together with the warrior, the masculine warrior within. So it's going to be kind of like a very good positions of the feminine to find her internal warrior within herself, but it's the same time the warrior to be careful with the feminine energies within him, how he reacts towards the feminine energies. Because if he's aggressive towards the feminine energies, he's aggressive to his own self. So there is a lot of this going on underneath the shell. And before I go, Grande, thank you for coming in and appreciate that you're here. And I'm going to put you on the side up here and we are going to talk about the energies. What is it cooking in the sky and go dive in the energies. All right, so let's rock in here. So here is the picture at 7 o'clock in the morning. Neptune is a beautiful trine with the moon. That's been the visions within the intuitions. It's telling you what's going on. You're fighting the universe. You are fighting the transformations that comes in, but the authority, which is from within you, which is right now today, the sun is walking within Cancer. Okay, today, the night, and the day, they are basically the same. They have an equal timing, talking about the equinox. And during this time, the summer begins in there, it begins this shift to the atmospheres inside of us. And happy Cancer month. If you're Cancer or if you have in Cancer, you're going to feel in the next few days, specifically talking about this 3 to 5 degrees of Cancer in there, you're going to feel this beautiful divine energies they are coming in you, the divine family coming in with you. That is it, the transformations, the family to become divine. Okay. So with that energy at 7 o'clock in the morning, the midheaven, it's at 0 degrees of Aries. That is a perfectly connecting with beginning of your day. The beginning of life begins at 0 degrees of Aries and astrology in there but in your personal chart, that is a the ascendant when you are born. So when you're looking at within this, whatever your areas is, in there you have to find out what the is that you need to do on your own. Especially for those who have areas in the 10th house, they basically choose their own professions in there. If that is a into the 7th house, that can lead to a lot of situations because this is going to be like I have to be there and my own within the relationships. I have to be saying what it is. Usually that leads to control. If that is in the 2nd house, it's going to be a good for a self-employee. Okay, talking about the business standpoint. But midheaven is going to tell you I got to move on my own. But the beautiful energies are that the midheaven has a sextile with Pluto. I'm reviewing my growth, and is beautiful trine with the moon. That is a says like, okay, let's grow, let's do this. But if you're not doing it, then you're facing the challenges of the authority, your own authority to yourself. So basically, you're standing against your own self. And some of the people, they're going to feel this energy of standing on their own self. Also, that it's this energy is going to be ruling by Mars and Venus there right now, squaring the North Node. But Mars and Venus, understanding this squaring the North Node, they have great communications to figure out what they need to do so they don't passing what it's meant for them. And what do they need to do? Mature, grows up. So without energies in the morning, kind of like it's going to dictate the day there in the next hour, which is going to be at 8 o'clock in the morning. Midheaven goes together with Chiron. Things are going to be healed. Work within the healing at 8 o'clock. Beautiful trine of Mars and Venus. It's a beautiful sextile with Mercury. That talks about the morning communications. It's very beautiful. If the couple goes out for a coffee, having a coffee, having a great conversations, it doesn't matter if it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever minutes, as long that it's there. Because midheaven, it is very beautiful with this. It's going to be healing things that needs to be done, or is the way it needs to be done. Ascendant, it's moving on the 1st degree of Leo, which is opposing Pluto in there, very close into the moon at the same time, but that also is squaring the 2 degrees North Node. So you may not gonna see the energies that are rising right now on the horizon that maybe you're doing something that you're going against what it was meant for you. So at 9 o'clock, midheaven is going to be together with the North Node. Now you're seeing it. You focus within this. You understand that if something from within you is not right. You looking at what is not right. You study yourself, which is the midheaven and the North Node there. Sextiling Saturn. Saturn is divine energies with the sun. You're learning to the teacher. Who is the teacher? Your soul, your spirit, the divine guides. Someone, maybe an authoritative even figure in the family that you're going. If it's in the business, you're going to someone who knows what to do in the business. And if it's for health related, you are going to the right doctor. You can't say my eyes hurts and you're going to a foot doctor. The foot doctor is going to say go to the eyes. I'm not that perfect. Or if you're going to a general doctor, the general doctor is not going to tell you what to do with the eyes. They're going to give you directions to go to the eye doctor. And that's what this energy is going to be within, because midheaven, it's a sextile with the authority. So is the North Node. So looking at that energies is going to be helping you today, you to understand all this intensity that goes on in Leo. It's talking about Leo. The ascendant is together right now with Venus. It is between Venus and the moon there. By the time that energy arrives into the midheaven, about 5, 6 o'clock, the moon is going to be even close to Venus. They're going kind of like coming together in there. So you might see it at this time talk between mother, grandmother, mother, daughter, kind of like these kind of like situations and energies. They're there. It's like it's time to fix this. It's time to fix these issues between. It's time to fix all these situations because of something. So you're gonna be seeing this. Maybe time for fixing the family karma between. Some of you maybe gonna be dealing with this energy. So later on at 10 o'clock, that energy is going to be shifting at the midheaven is shifting with Uranus that is squaring all this. Basically, the universe says you're not moving forward in life, you're not growing until this is not fixed. Or you're going to be fixing this. How are you going to fix it? Talk, communications, authority of the divine. And the ascendant right now is at 25 degrees of Leo, has a divine energies with Neptune. You're going to see these energies. They're going to be coming in and giving you the visions in life. They're going to be presented to you somehow, some way. That could be a deja vu, visions, daydreaming. Talk about all that energies from within you. And this is going to be helping you to see the clarity through the fog. Okay? So that way you will understand your proper actions. So at 11 o'clock, the energies gets a little better because midheaven it's at 2 degrees of Gemini. There is a beautiful trines with Pluto, and it's a beautiful sextile with this Venus moon situations in there. You see, they have to be a friendship within the feminine energies, talking about this mother-daughter friendliness. It doesn't have to be fake because if it's fake, the universe says you're not going to be able to do what you're meant to do. So you look at it inside of you. If you're not dealing with your mother, you may be dealing with the mother within you. If you're not dealing with your emotions, you have to deal with the emotions. This is the time where the emotions, love, and money all comes together in the good way. That is going to be a beautiful growth that this is preventing you to move in the right directions. On the other side is going to be telling you how to do it, how to grow, and how to mature. So if you look at it, the energies, it's going to be the both side of this energy. The one it's going to be the conflict, but if you look at it in the conflict, they're not doing anything about the conflict. You're not going to understand that that conflict leads you to the result. If you're focused within the result, you're going to find out how to fix the problem. So this is what the universe is teaching you. Okay, this is what the universe is teaching you. So in the next hour at 12 o'clock, midheaven it's together with Mercury. It's all done with what? Communications. Who has the communications now? Mars, Venus, and the moon. Basically the masculine, the feminine energies, and your intuition there. So all three right now, they have a very beautiful communications. This could be also visions about these communications. You may see the communications that you're doing this later on in the afternoon. But right now, you may see the needs of all this, because Uranus is a very beautiful trine with the ascendant that is in Virgo. But the ascendant, it is opposing Neptune and it's squaring the midheaven. So basically, you see that intensity. Maybe you're going to feel like, well, this talk is going to be intense, hard. I cannot be vulnerable. I cannot be truthful. I cannot be honest. 10-4, I don't want to make it. But the divine authority from within is going to be like, just go with it. You need to do it. If for some of you, maybe you guys going to give up, you're going to listen. Your ego is like, you want to put your force in there. But since the sun, it is already moving. It's the sun. It's already entering Cancer. You're gonna feel that the need about this. It is about the family. So hopefully you overcome this pressure, and you're gonna be much better. So talking about later on at 1 o'clock, there the midheaven goes at 0 degrees 47 minutes. The sun is already at 0 degrees 5 minutes within Cancer. That is going to be the direct divine energies with Pluto. But don't forget that the sun also is a trine with Saturn, as Saturn is in divine energies now with the moon. So basically, through learning to communicate in there, this is going to be the authority that works with transformations, the divine transformation. That energy there from the divine goes to the authority. Authority gets that energy and goes into the teacher, which is you. That teacher, it goes and sends the energies to who? To the moon, to Mars, to Venus. Okay, so we are talking about this deep transformations within the authority from within you. They're learning the things which Saturn is, and then that learning it works within intuitions, the love, and the warrior within you. In the real life, that could represents mother, father talking to their kids, or mother, father, they're talking to the lovers. That is going to be a very healthy conversations if the mother father are opposing marriage. They have to understand it is the divine order, not the order and the visions, who their son or their daughter will marry. And at the same time, the son and the daughter to understand that they will respect the authorities in there, but they need to respect the divine authority before that. So it is a beautiful energy. Some of you may be gonna go through this intense energies, but they're gonna be beautiful. Later on, thank you, Grande. Later on this, by the way, guys, if you have so many questions, you can put it in the chat in there. Don't feel limited about this. It's talk, okay? We having a talk about this. At 2 o'clock, midheaven goes into 14 degrees of Cancer. That is an additional family energy. Oh, my throat is dry. It's too hot in here. Maybe I need to bump up the air conditioner here. So at that time, at 2 o'clock, that trine with Saturn is going to put this teaching in the family. So you may gonna feel and review of what happened in the past of the experience. So if you have intensity talks about family matters and family things needs to be transformed in there, look and explain, but don't put your authority there. Okay? Don't put your authority. Have the people allowed to grow within. So at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, midheaven is going to be directly oppositions with Pluto. Hmm. Somebody doesn't want to change. Somebody doesn't want to evolve. Somebody does not want to do things. But whoever wants, they're going to see the visions and the clarity of what they need to change and what is the benefit of this. Talking about that midheaven, it's a beautiful trine with Neptune. Neptune is sextiling Pluto, so there is no these oppositions right now in there. Ascendant at 24 degrees of Libra is beautiful with the authority, which is the authorities with divine energies with Pluto, and at the same time the ascendant is beautiful with Mercury. You're gonna have these healthy conversations later on in the afternoon. You're going to be looking at to those energies. They're very beautiful with Mars. This is when the Mars is like, you know what? If this is the case, I need to see it's me, or I have to do something else. What am I supposed to do? Be mindful because with all these debacles that it's in there, Lilith, Mars, Venus, and the Moon are all together. So be careful. What kind of energies are you listening to it? Are you listening Lilith? That's gonna be kind of like seduce you? Is this gonna be the love? Is this gonna be a money? or this is going to be intuition, or this is going to be a something that prevents you to grow. So you're going to be facing at this because all this, it has to grow. And realizing this at 4 o'clock, midheaven is exactly right there. You saw this coming when the ascendant was in that exactly position with Venus in there. You saw it in the morning that this thing's coming. Intuition told you that you have to go and deal and dig within mud. You need to have these communications between intuitions, love, warrior, intimacy situations in there, okay, deceptions maybe, and so on. But they are all have negative aspects except with one, with who? With Mercury. They all understand they have to talk. So inside of you, there will be these internal battles with all those four. But at the same time, in there, Mercury help you to put the things inside of you. Very beautiful time for inner work within yourself. But if you're dealing with matters, it's just like, you know what? I understand the need for talk, but I don't feel that it's coming right now. I have to look in me. What is it going on? Where did that comes from? It comes from that midheaven. It is squaring Jupiter, lack of growth. You're not mature to have that talk yet. And also, you need to clean up some of the energies that could be into the shadow, which is that is it, the rising energies of Scorpio. You have not done things through the Scorpio season, you're going to be seeing it. That the work that you did maybe the last year during the Scorpio season, what did you not did? What you did not clear? So later on at 5 o'clock, you understand these energies, and the divine gives you the help that you need. There is no other choice you're getting in there except looking up into the divine. Why? Ascendant that is at the 16 degrees of Scorpio. There is a divine energies with Mercury. That's divine talk within you. But the ascendant is squaring all this Venus, Moon, Mars, Lilith situations, but it's also opposing Uranus. Okay. So Uranus doesn't have any positive aspect. You're gonna feel like the universe doesn't support you, doesn't do anything for you, and so on. It stands against you. Basically, the universe is protecting you to not make things. Or for some of you, it's gonna feel like the universe is pushing you to make mistakes, and that way you can learn from your mistakes. But what is it the universe wants? The universe wants you to look at the divine energies and what they are. There is a yacht that comes in from Pluto and Neptune that goes in. But at the same time, this yacht that is created from Pluto, there is another yacht that comes in from the sun. What does that tell you? You use the authority within yourself to allow the divine energies to transform you, to put the things within your mind, within your inner work. And through the inner work, you're going to find out the visions and the clarity of what is the areas you need to grow, but also what is the area of situations that cause all this. This is why when you look at within the energies, don't only look at it the one sided, look at it also the other side, because you can't have the two extremes within yourself. You're always going to be staying in the one extreme or the other. But if you have that balance inside of you, okay, you're going to see this, you're going to see that, and then you make that balance with yourself and the inner wars within yourself. So you did that, hopefully, because when you go there, you find out what is in balance and what needs to be balanced in there. The midheaven goes into Virgo, maybe using your observations and your self judgment through the intuitions inside of you. There is a beautiful energies with Jupiter, North Node, and Uranus at this time. You see it that you have to listen to those guys. Okay. You have to get in within the universe. You have to look at that growth within yourself, and you have to follow the path of the destiny within yourself. At the same time, the ascendant is at 29 degrees of Scorpio. You clear the shadow, you clear the situations, and now there is a divine energies that comes in the horizon, tells you you did a good job. Here's the divine that comes into you. You put the divine in order, and now the divine is going to be transforming you within yourself. So if you did your inner work within you, you're going to feel better. You're going to feel positive. You're going to feel empowered. Very beautiful, beautiful energy. If you did not, guess what happened? You stand against the universe, and you stand against the teacher. And the teacher tells you, you can't do this inner work. And you're like, what? You don't like the teacher. Why you don't like the teacher? Nobody likes to be told what to do. And from that standpoint, you're lacking to see the points of the other side. And if somebody tells you something has to be done, it is because most of the people they felt that little part in there. It's called do it. You to do the job that you know what you have to do. And if you did the job, there is nobody is responsible for yourself. But don't be mad at the teacher. He has nothing to do with it. And the teacher is you. You teaching yourself. Nobody can help you if you want to learn things, but nobody can help you if you don't. You have to help yourself. So, talking about this, midheaven goes in the next hour at 7 p.m. It goes into Libra at 1 degrees in there. There is a beautiful trine with Pluto. Ascendant is at 12 degrees. And now you're realizing there is no balance, and I have to make this balance. What is it? The balance is going to be coming in. We need to talk. Now you're talking. Now you have these communications that all day was. It's like, you know what? Enough is enough. Let's sit down at the table. Who sits down in the table, though? The moon, Venus, Mars, Lilith, the sun, the authority. Who else is getting in there? Okay. You look at within yourself inside of you, sitting on that table. What is that you're going to say to it? You kind of like already program yourself, but the energy says if you guys did the proper talk, the proper understanding, everything is going to be good. Because everything is going to be good where? In the family. Because the sun, the authority right now, it is in Cancer. It's kind of like the stars know what the environment they can do for us, we to be better. So the talk is done, communications are good, even that continue probably at the next hour, which is 8 p.m. at this time. Midheaven, it's at 17 degrees of Libra. Beautiful sextiles with everything that goes on in Leo. We're talking about now the moon and Venus, they are together. I mean, the moon is almost 13 degrees, Venus is at 14, Mars is at 18, and we have Lilith at 21 degrees there. But at the same time, Mercury is going and helping with all this. So the beautiful communications, the inner work is done. Okay, let's sit down and let's all be in the same page to have peace, balance, and so on. Beautiful time. If even if you have whatever situations, this could be a situationship, this could be a relationship, business ships, partnerships, beautiful energies because it's going to be a balance. Hey, Lisa, thank you for coming in. So here is at 9 o'clock midheaven and goes into Scorpio. That is going to be a time like every one of these conversations. They have to see not only the positive side, but also the negative side. They need to work on it. And some of you is going to be looking to that. The bad part is you looking at and you blaming somebody else of what they need to do while you don't look what you need to do. That can lead to a conflict, the confrontations in there. Why? Because Mars, specifically, we're talking about Mars, the Moon, and Venus right now, they are squaring the North Node, but they are opposing midheaven at 3 degrees at Scorpio. And midheaven at 3 degrees of Scorpio, it is squaring Pluto. I mean, he had the talk, but come on. Did you understand everything from that talk? That talk within yourself reflected to the talks of others? Did you have the proper things inside of yourself? If you did, you are going to be finding that you're learning the things inside of it. You put the proper authority. Why? Because midheaven at 3 degrees has this beauty with the sun that is in Cancer. That is like the father said everything that he needs to say of his point of wisdom within the divine energies. If you did that, congratulations in there, because Saturn is a trine with the sun, and the sun is trine with the midheaven. So it's the midheaven, it's trine with Saturn. But at the same time, the sun is in divine energies with Pluto. You did transformations from a father to a wise man who did not talk from the father standpoint, but from the divine father standpoint. You see it, there's growth. That growth can reflect in the Mars to evolve, but at the same time, he's teaching who? The Moon and Venus, which is represents what? The mother and the daughter. Beautiful family time. If you did that, it's okay, but if not, you're going to be blaming others, and don't blame others, but look in self. So at 10 o'clock, if everything was okay, there's going to be a divine communications and beauty. It's going to be an order because midheaven at 18 degrees and divine energies with Mercury, and Mercury sextile all the moon, the Venus, and Mars, and everyone appreciate everything. But if you're not, it's going to be a. I mean, Venus blames Mars, Mars blames Venus, Venus blames the moon, moon blames the Lilith. Lilith is just sitting there. It's like, ha 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 ha. Yeah, I'm happy. They're all negative. Okay, and see this, the universe is just like, this is the buckle. They have to fix their own crap. I can't just help them. I mean, I gave them everything. What they were supposed to. They didn't did it. If they didn't did it, why should I have to do it? I'm not doing the inner work for them. And some of you is going to feel like this. So it all depends of what are you doing through the day. You're going to find different results. But that is a choices how you feel the energies through your mind, how you processing from within yourself. Ascendant though, ascendant is at 24 degrees of Capricorn. That is a very beautiful time to be very close together with Pluto. That is a again double divine energies. There are going to be at that point, and ascendant that is at 24 degrees is a trine with Uranus. Uranus is like, I see, maybe you see it, what the universe had in mind with you, but you didn't took the right changes. If you took the right changes, you see, okay, the universe did, so we can have this. So as you see it, don't blame anybody. Don't blame the teacher. Don't blame the planets. They have nothing to do with the way you're processing the energy. So at 11 o'clock, midheaven is at 3 degrees of Sag. There is a divine communications. And now, who is talking at the end? The divine father within you, the father, the authority within you. In there, midheaven is divine energies with the sun, and sun is in divine energies with Pluto. Whoever transformed inside of themselves, whoever put the transform of these divine authorities within, they are gonna be having a good time sleep. I mean, if you're not though, you didn't learn the lesson because midheaven it's squaring Saturn, who is retrograde. Is that happening in your past? Probably you did. Did you repeat the same mistakes from the past? You probably did if you things are not happen. But if the things happen very good, midheaven is a beautiful trine with Neptune. Neptune is sextiling Pluto, and Pluto is sextiling midheaven. And that energy combined, it creates these divine energies inside of you. With you took the divine authority within yourself and you did everything that you're supposed to do from your own side. Whoever had it not changed, they did not change. However, the ascendant is at Aquarius, and it's opposing everything that is in Leo, which is Mars, Venus, Moon, and Lilith, because the saga will continue tomorrow. All right, guys. So that's what I had for you. If you have so many questions, now is the time to ask. If not, we can all share the love and the light and come back tomorrow for another great saga that we're gonna do with the energies and see how the energies maybe help your life or you learn in there. All right, Lisa. Thank you, Grande. And hopefully that report helps in your life in there. And hopefully you guys gonna be good in your life. And thank you for coming in today. Be peace, be love, and seek. Everything is inside of you. All right, guys. Be love.